seeing ransomware making a bigger and bigger impact. Now,
why aren't we learning more about it? Why aren't people becoming more savvy?
Yeah, it's tricky because technology gallops ahead at such a rate that people find it hard to keep up, or they feel overwhelmed, or it's just too much, and they tend to think about it later on. So it's like, putting off that chore that you really don't want to do. So things like backups and going to the dentist and, painting the roof or whatever.
Why don't we configure the devices? Why aren't the devices configured in such a way that they effectively force people to do it? To saying no, saying later, which never comes, is no longer an option.
That can be done to an extent. So when it comes to setting up things like routers, they're fortunately doing the right thing. They're saying, okay, you want to set up this router. In order for you to get connected to the internet, you've got to, of course, put in the username and password for your internet account. And when it comes to putting in your administrator password for looking after that router, you can't use admin. You have to give us a brand new password, otherwise it's not going to happen. So yes, you can strong-arm people to a certain extent.
We have a system on our work emails here, which I know some people consider to be an absolute pain in the neck. Every 60 days, it forces you to change your password. It's not an option.
Yeah.
And what happens is once that 60 days expires, it locks you out. And you have to go through the process of setting it up and then have it send a code to your phone and all the rest of it and go through all these other authenticator factors. And it now says, okay, new password.
Yes.
So at some point, if you don't change your password, it's going to shut you out and say no more until you do.
Yeah, well then when you start throwing up barriers like that, yes, I appreciate that it's important and you've got to do it. It's going to be a matter of who blinks first. So imagine all the manufacturers all agree, yes, okay, we're going to do this.
Why don't we just simply make it a consumer issue?
Well, yeah, that's probably not a bad idea.
In other words, say that everyone has to do it because it's a consumer issue. And we've got to the point of accepting that getting people to do this, because at some point we have to say, Vladimir and his goons at Belarus have got to stop this stuff, and the only way we can stop them is to say to people, you have to take these active steps. Now, sometimes I think we have to say, you don't have an option. Why don't you have an option? Because there is no other way. And let's be honest, the average person is not a computer expert.
No.
And one of the ways you can explain it to people is saying, well, we're doing this to shut the thing off.
Yeah. Right. Changing passwords and good security practice when it comes to setting things up, and you can legislate it all you like. That's only going to go so far when it comes to stopping things like ransomware and other malware and viruses and things like that. Applying updates, that'll only go so far. I mean, that'll go a great step further, but we're still failing to address the big 90% of the problems, which is you might get an email, it looks convincing, you've got something else going on in your life.
We'll come back to that in a moment. I've got something for you there. You know me, I've got an answer for everything, even if you don't like it.
Yep.
Millsy from The Breakfast Show has just stepped off the chairlift.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to apply to him, but the word numbum comes to mind. G'day, Millsy.
Hello, Chris. The fireworks just fire up. Actually, beautiful timing to celebrate my world record achievement today. Thanks to the team down here at Claremont Showgrounds. We have done it. We've just completed, I think it was 12 hours and 7 minutes, 74 laps of the 1971 chairlift. And we're very confident we might have a record on our hands, Chrissy.
Why? And I always ask this question when people go out and break records. Apart from proving that it can be done, why did you do it, Millsy? What was the driving, motivating factor behind all of this?
Why? Because it was there, Chris. It's a bit like asking for Edmund Hillary and all the other great conquests done over the years. It's there and it can be done. And I hope that I provide inspiration to people like yourself to set their heights at least 50 feet in the air and challenge themselves for a magnificent performance. I don't know, mate. It was a bit of fun, and the people down here are terrific. And, it was kind of nice to put something into our broadcast today.
Was it?
Fireworks are going off there.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say they're going off like a missile, but that's kind of stating the obvious. Millsy, was it boring or was it fun? Did you find ways to amuse yourself while you're just going around and around and around and around?
Yes, well, it actually goes down and down and down and down. It was okay when we had people to talk to. I met some characters today, and some of them you'll meet on the Brekkie Show tomorrow that we did some interviews with, and we also met a couple that will be on Gareth's program. So I suppose the worst part is you get to that stage, a bit like running a marathon or doing anything long distance. You get to a stage where you kind of feel, can I keep going? And then you get through that, and then it starts to go quick again. So, yeah, no, it's good. I think if you set your sights and you know what you want to do, you can do it. But we aim to do 12 hours, and we've done it, Chris. You beauty.
Well, mate, congratulations on that. That's a job well done. A couple of things I have to ask you. Firstly, about your physical well-being. I heard comments, there were 3 letters I heard mentioned at one point, DVT. One certainly hopes that's not the case. The other thing I heard mentioned was that strategic parts of your anatomical structure may have been, how could I put it, somewhat numb.
Sorry, mate, I might have left. Have I lost you there?
No, I can still hear you. You obviously can't hear me.
I can hardly hear you, but there's 4 letters that would describe how I'm feeling at the moment. If you want to grab a pen, the most affected part of my body is NUTS.
I thought so.
That's all I want to say. I'm going to go and get a massage. I don't know where from, but I'm going to have a look.
Mate, there are so many things I could say, all of them inappropriate. So congratulations. We'll hear more about it on The Breakfast Show with you and Baz tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.
See you, buddy. Bye.
My goodness me.
That's awesome.
There is so much I want to say and so much I can't say, so I think we'll just take a quiet break.
The morning program.
1 in 3 employers think there is an age at which it's too old to recruit people, and most of those employers are nominating the age of 50.
With Gareth Parker.
2 years now I've been looking for work.
What are you going to do? Say that you started in 1990 when you started working in 1980.
I feel like I'm a young 54-year-old. I haven't been able to log myself a full-time job for 6 months.
You know, they're not allowed to discriminate, but I'm pretty sure they do.
Mornings with Gareth Parker. Tomorrow from 8:30 on 882 6PR. Or catch up now at 6pr.com.au.
I was just taking a look over there and thought, what on earth is that? It is One Big Switch. And I have a special message for you. Because right now, they've got an exclusive health insurance offer for their members. It rewards switches worth $400. But there is a catch. It has to close on October 25th, 2019. Here's how it works. They've used the people power of their million-plus members to date to get $400 worth of e-gift cards for families, couples and single-parent families who take up a new policy with HCF at bighealthswitch.com. To get this bonus worth $400, just take up new combined hospital and extras cover with HCF and stay for 13 months. There's also $100 worth of e-gift cards for singles. Terms and conditions apply. Waiting periods may also apply. It's only at bighealthswitch.com.
The Renault Run-Out sale is now on, with great deals on work vans, including Renault Traffic Short Wheelbase from $31,990 drive away. Plus, a low finance rate now available. Visit your local Renault dealer to book a test drive today. Hurry while stocks last. Renault, make the move. Finance offers available for approved private and ABN buyers only. T's and C's apply.
Hi, I'm Steve Sell, now at Loans 123. We know that everyone's different. Some people don't like going to car yards. Some people have had problems with credit. Some people don't realise what is required to get a loan these days. Some people don't know where to look for help. We can help to find the right car, get you the right loan, save you time. Who do you see? Steve Sell at Loans 123. loans123.com.au or call 1800 100 100.
You'll love your connected life at Perth Hub. 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments are selling fast in this exciting new inner city precinct. They include flowing spaces, quality fittings and amazing views from both floor to ceiling and lift and tilt windows. There'll be an infinity pool, gym, rooftop deck, the Dorset Hotel next door, plus train station and bus port right there. Secure your Perth Hub apartment from $394,000. Visit the sales suite next to RAC Arena. See perth-hub.com.au.
One child dies every 5 minutes as a result of violence. But you can help stop this. This October, we're calling on men, women and children to join Polished Man. Paint a nail, raise funds and help end violence against children. Sign up at polishman.com.
Until midnight on 6PR, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley.
Ben Aylett, here he is, Mr. Technical Man. Gee, you look all wired up over there, mate. Yeah. I'm getting a bit worried. One day, I'm afraid you might get electrocuted.
Oh, look, I'll do my best to avoid it for as long as possible.
Please
so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, please do, mate. The prospect of mouth-to-mouth from me, it should surely serve as an incentive.
I'll just push everything far away from me right now. So.
Beautiful, man. That's what I like to see. By the way, if you'd like to have a chat to Ben, 922 118 882, the number. Good day, Norman.
My email's still dropping out.
Sorry? Oh,
5 weeks has been dropping out.
Yeah, it's still playing up. Okay. Yeah, look, I'm sorry I haven't got in touch with you yet during the week, Norman. It's just been crazy, but I will be calling you tomorrow. How's that?
Yeah. It's also a problem. They're saying it's not close to the front office, so that's why the internet's dropping out.
Yeah, it's going to take a set of eyes on the actual problem, so it's really hard to sort of visualise what's going on over
It's taking me hours to check my emails as well.
Yep.
I wait hours to check my emails every day.
Mm.
And I only get checked once a day. It's not working.
Right. Yeah, it is going to take some eyes on the problem, I think, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. There's no doubt about that, Norman. It's going to take someone to have a look at it.
Yes.
See, sometimes, one of the frustrations people go through, sometimes they know there's a problem.
Yep.
The problem comes and it goes. The term, of course, as you know, is an intermittent fault.
Yep.
The people who are suffering it know what they're suffering. They describe it.
Yep.
They can tell you exactly what's happening. But they feel like there are those, especially when they're dealing with ISPs and the like, who deny that they have a problem. And the reason why they deny they have a problem is at the time they went to trace a problem, they couldn't find a problem.
Yeah, and that's the tricky part. I mean, intermittent faults.
Intermittent fault people, you need to hate them. And we understand that everybody hates them.
Yeah.
But you have to deal with them.
Exactly. Fact of life, I'm afraid.
By the way, if you'd like to have a chat to Ben, 922 118 882 is the telephone number. benaylett.com is his website. That's where you'll also find all of his contact information. Now, getting back to this business of ransomware, you're talking about people sending viruses through emails and what have you.
Yeah. Okay. So
ISPs. Regulate the ISPs to filter emails and to be up to date and to not allow virus-infected software to come through their system.
Okay. How?
Well, it has to transit through their system to get to a person's email, doesn't it?
Okay, so we find a way to stop it by recognising things like signatures or certain behaviours. All right, so that stops all the ones we know about.
Right.
But then there's the new ones that bypass that. So it's always an arms race. It's not a perfect thing, and you're going to either get false positives or you're going to miss a couple. And it unfortunately, it's a fact of life.
Isn't that going to be better than what a lot of people do? I mean, mate, I know of a crazy system that happened where somebody received in their workplace an email purportedly from the federal police that said, this is your traffic fine.
Yes.
Well,
classic.
Well, I don't want to bother you. The Australian Federal Police have many responsibilities. Traffic is not one.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a speeding fine from the Australian Federal Police. That's a state police matter.
Yep.
All right? Now, this system was made all the worse by, would you like to view the photographs? The person said, yes. The system comes up and says, we think this is a virus.
Yep.
Are you sure we want to proceed? Yes. The system came back 3 times and said, are you absolutely sure? Are you completely sure?
Yeah,
In other words, the system was saying, don't do this, you idiot.
Yeah.
And they just went override, 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 and override. Well, at some point, under a scenario like that, you have to have something that says, no, I'm not going to do this. And the reason why I'm not going to do this is because, and in this particular case, you know what it unleashed?
Yep.
Crypto locker.
That's it. That's it, the old classic crypto locker. It's the same thing over and over again. So we can put as many systems in place as we like, but the criminals will always find a way and the end user will always find a way. And that's why I'm trying really, really hard to get user education across the line. So if anyone listening, anyone hearing me, you can actually go to my website, benaylett.com/contact, and there is a link to my free cybersecurity newsletter, and this is what it's about. I'm trying to educate people as to ways that they can deal with it. I mean, if you receive anything, you're more than welcome to send it through to me, mailbag@benaylett.com, and I will even assess that email for you. I mean, you know, I can't do it all for free because I imagine if I do that, it's going to go crazy and people are going to be sending in stuff left, right and centre. I'm not going to have time to scratch myself, let alone make a living. So, you know, what do you say, just a cup of coffee? So like $3 to $5 and I'll check an email for you to tell you if it's legit or not.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds fair enough.
Well, absolutely, it sounds fair.
I'm actually open to ideas.
Especially if you open it, you are going to unleash the hounds of cyberspace hell upon your computer.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing whether you should open something or not could save you thousands of dollars in lost productivity or in ransom payouts. If you are if you have cyber insurance, it's going to save your cyber insurance because if you get stung by doing something as silly as opening up an email with a malicious attachment, I can guarantee you that the insurance company you're going with
will go, no, I don't think so.
Exactly.
Why? You opened something you shouldn't have opened.
Yeah. Yeah, and did you have a backup? Did you have any antivirus software? I mean, even though I rail against antivirus software because I think it's not really as effective as it used to be, is your system up to date? Are you running patches? Oh, and you still opened a wonky attachment. Well, you know, you're
this is not a recipe for an insurance payout, is it?
Nope.
No matter how we try and spin that one, it's not a recipe for an insurance payout.
They'll probably pay once. But then after that, you're probably on your own.
Then I reckon you'll be lucky if they pay once. Oh. And if you haven't downloaded all the patches, if you haven't kept everything, you know why? I bet all of that's in the fine print. It
is in the fine print, but I actually have sort of been working with some insurance companies about taking a look at their cyber insurance policies and trying to help them tune it. And even like a couple of years ago, I was looking at the cyber insurance industry. So a lot of the underwriters and the insurance agencies, they're going in with a knife into a gunfight. They're going up against these highly sophisticated and highly effective criminal organisations.
Which means their default position is going to be we won't pay out on this. Because if they're outgunned, they're not going to, like you say, if they're taking a knife to a gunfight, they're going to say we're not going to play.
Yeah.
Because anyone with half a brain is not going to do that. G'day, Jeff.
Hi, guys. I've just got a question. My computer I've had it since 2013, and I noticed it's slowing up. And I've still got a lot of space on it. Is that because it's getting just old?
So you've got a lot of hard drive space on the computer, is that right?
Yes, I have, yeah.
And it's 6 years old. Okay. Is it one of these, is what we call spinning rust? Is it like the old style hard drives that spin, or is it an SSD?
It's an all-in-one PC.
So when you turn it on, the best way, does it go zzz or not?
Yes, it does a little bit.
Okay. Now,
gee, that's really scientific, isn't it?
It is very scientific, yes.
What usually happens when computers get pretty well used and are over a certain age, there is actually wear and tear on the drives. And quite often they develop things called bad sectors. And over a period of time, these bad sectors get to a point where the hard drives don't work as efficiently as they do. They try to write something to the hard drive. They check it. It's not quite right. They go, oh, okay, I'll have to try another spot. And this slows things down. So if you've got a computer, you're quite happy with it, but it's just running a little bit slow, and you've cleaned up the hard drive, I would recommend looking at getting a replacement hard drive. So this is like the little silver box that goes inside the computer. So one of those all-in-ones. You can have someone who knows stuff about computers, someone like me, maybe. They could pop it open, take out the old hard drive, put in the new hard drive, reinstall Windows, or just transfer the data while both the hard drives are out, and it should work a lot faster.
Okay, so you wouldn't, Ben, I'll email you. I might get you to do that, but you wouldn't go rushing out and buying a new computer.
Well, look, as long as it's running Windows 10 with all the latest updates and patches,
it's running Windows 8. I just checked last night.
Right. Okay. If it's running Windows 8, there is a limited amount of time, and Windows 7 will be going out and won't be getting any support come January. Windows 8 will probably be another 12 to 18 months after that, I would imagine, because it hasn't been super successful. So I would recommend for the best safety, go to Windows 10. Are you using this computer for business?
Yes, I am.
Ah.
But very, But not a lot, Ben, not a lot.
Do you have
Just
a backup?
Next question. No.
No, okay. All right. Well, look.
I'm only using it for invoices and stuff like that. It's not used 12 hours or 9 hours a day. It's probably used 3 hours every day, maybe, or less.
All right. The sort of invoicing software, what are you using?
Oh, mate, it's just all simple stuff. It's all easy stuff. Not
Excel?
Yes.
Right. And you're saving these invoices on the computer?
Yes, we are.
All right. I would say you're running a bit of a risk there. It's a 6-year-old computer. The hard drive is probably showing signs of failure, and you don't have a backup, and it's all sitting on the hard drive. Does this sound like a recipe for disaster?
It does. That's why I rang you, Ben.
All right. Look, because this is your business and this is your way of, this is how you make a living, I would actually probably just disregard everything I said before. Think about getting a new computer, probably a laptop, something maybe with an SSD that's nice and fast, and really think hard about going for Office 365, which includes 1 terabyte of OneDrive or hard drive space in the cloud. So at least you can keep a backup of your stuff there off the computer as well as on the computer.
So if I do get a new computer, Ben, you can get the stuff from A to B, can't you?
Yeah, of course.
He's done that.
Okay.
He's done that heaps of times. Thanks very much for that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Gee, there's something that sounds like it's sitting on a precipice.
Well, and
waiting to crash and burn.
Yeah, and that's a sad thing, because a lot of businesses are in the same boat. They've got a very limited budget, but they rely on their computers so heavily. And this is a thing that freaks me out sometimes when I go to see a customer and it's a small business or a medium business, and I ask about backups, and I say no is a completely valid answer because we've got to start somewhere. So they say no. So, okay, we've got to sort that out. What about your passwords? Oh, we have it sitting in a Word document on our computer. Okay, all right. So we probably shouldn't be doing that either. So we then work out a policy for safely keeping our passwords, even if it's just getting it scribbled into a notebook next to the computer, and that notebook is labelled password. That's at least a step in the right direction. Then we move our way towards password managers, which I highly recommend. And then we talk about the last time they did updates, and those updates, they probably haven't been happening for a while, so we work on that. So it's a hell of a process trying to get a lot of the small businesses these days up to speed, but it can be done. It just means we do it step by step. We don't try and go in and do the whole thing at once. It takes just a little step. We're just changing behaviours one step at a time.
Which is basically all you can do.
It's the only way to go. And that's how I got to where I am today. I didn't come out of the womb knowing everything about computers. I had to start somewhere. And it just happened to be banging away on the Tandy machines in Karrinyup Shopping Centre when I was a kid.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, nothing wrong with the Tandy TRS-80, mate.
That's right.
92211 By the way, if you'd like to get in contact with Ben, you can do so. His address, benaylett.com.
Start your day the right way.
Millsy, special access for the world record attempt. And Millsy, come in. I believe you're ready to get going and get cracking at this world record.
With Steve Mills and Basil Zemplis.
Righto, take it away, James. Here we go. If you've been to the Claremont Showgrounds before, I'm leaving from the Claremont end. Goodness gracious.
We're away.
Whoa.
8:21 and 20 seconds, the official start time. All right, talk us through it. Where are you?
I want to get off.
Breakfast with Steve Mills and Basil Zemplis. Tomorrow morning from 5 on 882 6PR. Or catch up now at 6pr.com.au.
Spend the day out with the girls at one of Provincial Racing's spring highlights, the Gannon's Ladies' Day Out at Northern Races. Dress to impress in the Wheatbelt Heat for the WA Country Cup's fashions on the field. It's your chance to win a racing holiday to Royal Ascot and a spending spree. Need a ride to Northern Race Club? $35 will get you a return trip from Midland Bus Station and entry to the races. Bookings at northernraceclub.com. Gannon's Ladies' Day Out, October 6.
Hey, Luke Ryan here. Heading out for an early morning fish with Honsu. That's right, Honsu's joined us at Tackle West Cannington. We have a massive range of quality products. Hooks, line, bait, rods, everything you need to catch more fish. So for the right advice, come out and see us at Tackle West, right next door to Harley Davidson. And check out our website videos too for great tips for every angler. Before your next fishing trip, remember to get the right gear first. At Tackle West, William Street, Cannington, next door to Harley Davidson.
Are you still leaving the site to buy lubricants? Make the move to Cinepec and get OEM-approved premium lubricants delivered in a click. cinepeconline.com.au. Access a full range of the highest quality transport, automotive and mining, synthetic and mineral-based oils and grease lubricant products delivered direct from the warehouse. No middleman, no extra costs. And did I mention free fast metro delivery? Find the right product for your equipment with the online oil selector. cinepeconline.com.au.
If you're done having kids, switch to HIF Silver Plus Hospital and watch the pluses add up. You won't have to pay for maternity cover. Plus, you can access second opinions from specialists worldwide. Plus, choose a $750 excess to reduce your premium. Plus, if you add extras too, you'll score a $150 cash card. That's why it's called HIF Silver Plus. Visit hif.com.au for a quote. Conditions apply.
There's two sides to every story. The taxi pulls out of the driveway. That's you gone again, flying out. Now the house falls quiet. The days pass, but they've been watching, waiting. They know you've gone, and they want in. Luckily, you have Jason Windows security screens. And if you don't, get a security screen quote today, now with interest free. No home visit required if you have existing Jason frames. Jason Windows security screens. Stay on the safe side of the story.
This one's for fans of the beautiful game. It will be raining goals at the 2019 Mini Football Six-a-Side Soccer World Cup. Get to Langley Park and see the world's best players from 32 countries fighting for the World Championship. Pop-up bars, massive screens and fan zones are ready and waiting. Get your tickets now at perth2019.com from $8.50 for kids and $12.50 for adults plus booking fees. 2019 Mini Football Six-a-Side Soccer World Cup, Langley Park, October 1 to 11, a federal Liberal event.
This is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
BenAylitz.com is the website. That's where you'll find all of his contact information, all the other relevant bits. 922 is the telephone number if you'd like to have a chat to Ben, which you can do right now.
Yep.
G'day, James.
G'day, Chris. How are you?
Very well.
Doing
G'day,
all
James.
Hey, Benny. How you going?
Not too bad, mate. What's up?
Good. Listen, once upon a time, I had a computer, and it was working well. And once upon a time, they told me I had to change to NBN. Back in the days when I had, prior to NBN, I had Chromecast on my TV.
Yeah.
I would sit on my chair and I would play something from YouTube, and it would come up on my TV.
Happy
now
days.
that I've got NBN,
Yep.
I'm lost.
It's not working now that you've got NBN.
Yes.
Okay. This is easy enough to set up. So what we do is we grab our phone and we fire up the Google Home app. And
That's what I've got that app on my phone now because I
Right.
did do the research on this.
Mhm.
Yep.
And you should be able to set up a new device because it will kind of be a new device. And
Sorry.
And what you need to do, the reason why you're doing this is because you've gone to the NBN, which means you've changed routers. Because you've changed routers, the old Chromecast is still looking for the old network, can't
That's
find
right.
it, and therefore it is not connected. So you've got to set it up again.
Yes, I've got a new network and a Wi-Fi number that they gave me. So I suppose I don't know how to change it so that the Chromecast on my TV picks it up or the box.
All right. Yeah, you've got to go through the setup process. So now that the Chromecast can't see the old network, what it does is that it will default to a I can't find the network mode where it actually presents itself as its own access point, and this is a part of the setup process. So you jump on the Google Home app on your phone. You go and set up a new device. It'll find it. It'll be connected to the TV. It'll be pushing a code up to the TV. You confirm it by looking at the code and making sure it's the same as what you're seeing on the phone. And then you go
on
through...
the TV. Sorry, on the TV, Ben, sorry to interrupt.
That's
There's
right.
a number on the bottom of the Chromecast, so
Perfect.
it's got a number. But what I've already got a new Wi-Fi because I use Wi-Fi already in my home.
Yeah.
So what I've got to probably tell it is rather than use the old Wi-Fi name, to use the new one.
Yep. Is your phone connected to your new Wi-Fi network?
Yes.
Good. Well, that's all you need to do, because the setup app will actually look at the Wi-Fi network that you're already connected to using your phone, and it'll push those settings to the Chromecast.
Okie dokie. I'll give that a whirl.
Good luck, mate. I'm sure you'll get it done first try.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, James. It's always good when you look at something and think, yeah, I can solve that problem.
Yeah.
That makes it much easier.
That feels great when it all works the first time as well. I'm sure James will get.
Yeah, you get frustrated when you don't do that. Just to wrap up, Ben.
Yeah.
There was a very interesting article that you had, unfixable in inverted commas, iPhone flaw.
Yep.
How bad is it? Let's sort out the fact from the fiction here.
Okay, you're probably going to see in the headlines in the next couple of days an unfixable iPhone flaw, and it is everyone's worried about it because what it's doing is that it's changing the firmware or the ROM, which is the part that loads before the operating system loads, which is iOS. So this potentially means that people will be able to make changes to the way the phone boots up.
Okay.
And it opens the door to things like complete control of a phone or surveillance options and that. And so obviously all the bad guys and even the good guys watching our borders are salivating over this because it's such a juicy hack.
Well, won't Apple plug it fairly quickly?
Unfortunately, they can't because it is a hardware-based flaw.
Ah.
So that's the bad news. The good news is that it can be circumvented, fixed, and it's really not that bad. So in order for this to be exploited, it's got to be an iPhone or an iPad running the A5 to the A5 through to the A11 chip. You've got to have physical access, and it only lasts until the device is restarted. So, yeah, don't let it out of your sight. And if in doubt,
reboot
it. That's it.
Kind of makes sense.
Ta-da.
By the way, that website, benaylett.com, that's also where you'll find all of Ben's contact information.
That's right.
And he also has his mailbag and a whole swag of other stuff there. My friend, we'll have a conversation next week.
I will catch you then.
Suffering from stiff muscles post-exercise? Become a well-being with...